You know what, I'm sorry, we're unable to answer that question this evening because Mr. Larson is not here, and I'm not sure how this relates to the safety plans.
Well, the safety plans say that it does that, and it's my understanding that it does not anymore, so that's why I'm asking the question. The safety plan described it as one of the safety features is everything goes through the district office and is, I think, if I remember right, it goes through a program that makes sure that everything's on the up and up and there's no pornography or anything, you know.
Well, that's correct. That's a firewall, and that's a program that controls the content. I thought you were talking about connectivity.
Yes, that's how I understand it. The connectivity all goes through a single point here at the district office.
You know what, I cannot explain how it works, but I feel confident that we have a program in place. I know myself, sometimes I get blocked, so it works pretty good. We do have quite a robust system for monitoring.
And it is. The site plans seem very comprehensive to me. That's one thing that stuck out to me, and I thought I'd ask, and I understand you don't have the question tonight. It's a minor thing in my opinion, so I'm going to be voting to approve this tonight, but I would ask that we take a look at that and make sure that the information on, let's see, where do I have it here? On page 10 of 46, and the particular one that I saw was the Marine View Plan, page 10 of 46, about the all the internet going through the DO. I'd just like to make sure that the accuracy of the statements that we produce are indeed factual.
Where is page 10 of 46? What document are you looking at?
This is the CD that we got in our...
Oh, you're referring to the CD, okay.
Yeah, so sorry it's not in front of us. Perhaps we could put it up on our screen.
You know, we have an agreement with the board members that if you have significant questions that you ask me ahead of time, I could have easily had this prepared. As you can tell, we had 3 notebooks like this for this board meeting. We had the charter school petition, we had the single school plan, and we had the safety plan. So I just have to tell you, it's impossible for me to memorize every single page out of all 3 of these notebooks. So in the future, if board members have questions, I'll be happy to research, bring things, put them up on the screen, and give you answers.
Do you think you could research this and get back to Trustee Westfeller?
If I could please have a specific question that I'm being asked would be helpful. You could restate the question and the inquiry, and if the majority of the board would like me to research it, I'll be happy to do so.
All right, well, it's page 10 of 46 of the Marine View Plan. And Superintendent, like I said, I am going to approve this tonight. I don't expect you to answer this. I understand that you don't have all the information in front of you. That's why I said I'll be approving this tonight, but I would like someone to take a look at it just to make sure that our documents are accurate in the future. Thank you.
Trustee Briscoe.
The district used to use a line of sight communication system with each school site that went from our flagpole to the top of the tallest building in Huntington Beach on Beach and Warner, and was then distributed back to each school site. If a bird or a frog or something got in the way, it was a problem, but it was a very cheap, efficient way. When the owners of that building threatened us with taking it down if we didn't stop bothering them with our lawsuit, we decided to go through a different method and update everything anyway. And so we're now in the glass fiber optic infrastructure. I believe that language points to a firewall and control from the district office for content, and doesn't point to a line of sight system anymore, because that system has been out for at least 3 years.
Trustee Clayton, and then Trustee Singer.
What Trustee Briscoe said is accurate. It used to be on the Charter Center. It was at the top there. That used to be an Ocean View property. In fact, that was the school that was the site, the school of 1911 school site, the second school ever in the Ocean View School District was built right there. And in the 80s it was sold. The Decron company owns that site. We have been involved in litigation with them. We prevailed. I don't think they were that happy with us. In the end, the equipment had to be taken down, and what Trustee Briscoe said is accurate. I'm going to again go back to, this is a collective governance body. I agree with the superintendent about if there's a board majority wanting to look at these things, we should ask our staff to do these. You know, I don't know that it's just, well, I hear from a colleague that, you know, this should be this and that should be that, but I'm gonna vote for it anyway. It's a form of obstructionism. I don't know why we have to be subjected to it. Can we just move on? That's my question.
I'd like to speak to that, Mr. President.
Trustee Singer has the floor first. Trustee Singer and then Trustee Westphal.
I believe what you were asking, Trustee Westphal, was whether our kids were safe and they were making sure that only appropriate content was being used. I can tell you from my kids' perspective, even when they log on to their Google through our OVSD, even at home, they're blocked from anything. They can't, if it's through their access point, they can't log onto any site that is not appropriate. So I think that from a parent perspective, I think that that is accurate on all of our kids with their OVSD email, that they have access to the internet.
Well, I'm talking about the specific language on page 10 of 46, and I think it's probably on all of them. I didn't go through and check them all because it looked like boilerplate language. It is a minor thing. I'm not asking staff to do anything. I'm making a suggestion that I think I found an inconsistency or perhaps an error in our document that I think it's appropriate to have somebody go look through there. If they don't want to do it, that's fine. I'm not directing anyone to do anything. I do take issue, though. I hear the other trustees making requests all the time for things, all the time. Trustee Briscoe in particular, always requesting for things, and it's not by board consensus. So to single me out and say, you're asking for something and you're not entitled to it, I'm entitled to information. Now, I'm not directing anybody to do anything. I'm not causing staff to do anything. I made a suggestion, and so to infer that I'm obstructing when I've already said I'm going to vote for this thing, I think it's absurd and it's unnecessary. And so I would like to have all of our documents correct. I'm pointing out this page 10 of 46. I don't have available to give to you. I'm sorry. I didn't ask you in advance. I'm sorry.
Well, I have it here. I have page 10 of 46, and I'm reading the statement, and I just want to clarify that you want me to verify that it's accurate.
It did not seem accurate to me, and I'm bringing it to your attention.
Okay, so I will verify if it's accurate or not.
Thank you.
I do believe it is, but Mr. Larson, who's in charge of that department, I'd prefer to confirm with him.
I do too. Thank you. No further questions?
I would like to remind the board that I found the staff to be incredibly receptive to any questions you might have. If you want to just ask them sometimes outside of board meetings, they are generally very receptive to any type of questions you may ask them, and for the most part get back to you right away. So if you want to try to exercise that, this goes for everybody, give it a try. Okay, look at the time. Okay, here we go. Let's move to the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Moving on to 012, Education Services Independent Contract Agreement between Ocean View School District of Orange County and Love to Learn Consulting LLC for one-on-one behavioral and inclusion services in the Kids Club program is before us tonight for action.
Move to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Hearing none, we'll go to the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Moving us on to 013, Educational Services Independent Contract Agreement between Ocean View School District of Orange County and Solient Health Inc. for speech and language pathology services is before us tonight for action. Is there a motion? Motion was made by Trustee Westphal. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Hearing none, we'll go to the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Moving us into 014, Human Resources Public Hearing for Tentative Settlement Agreement between Ocean View School District and California School Employees Association and its Chapter 375 for 2017-2018 school year and public disclosure of collective bargaining agreement in accordance with AB 1200. Public hearing is in front of us tonight, so we will open the public hearing for 1 minute at 10:07, starting now. Takers? Sure, how about you? Come on up. Big deal over this small guy fish boat.
Chicken bones and fish pickers. They came up in the election, it's like.
Squirrely. Okay, I'm going to conclude the hearing at 10:08. All right, that brings us to almost the golden ring. 015 Human Resources Tentative Settlement Agreement between Ocean View School District and California School Employees Association and its Chapter 375 for 2017-2018 school year, and the public disclosure of collective bargaining agreement in accordance with AB 1200 is before us tonight for action. Do we have a motion?
I'll move.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll go to the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Westwell, no.
All right, motion carries 4-1 with Westwell as a name. Okay, moving us on to 016 Human Resources Williams Settlement Legislation Annual Report 2017 to 2018 is before us tonight for information. That's for a vote. Informed? Okay, moving on. That brings us to the end of our new business and brings us to P, any other public communications to the Board of Trustees. Clerk Clayton Tarvin, do we have any?
We do not.
And Q, future agenda items as requested by board members. Board? All right, hearing none, we'll move on. R, Board of Trustees Roundtable. Let's start from the inside out, so we'll go Mr. Briscoe.
CRR, our favorite half-price trash hauler, has installed for residential and soon to be current commercial rigid, strict new rules for handling rubbish. So the 3-bin system we've been using is going away, and they have very specific requirements for food waste handling. So I want to draw administration's attention to this. I attended the open house at the Midway Sanitary District, and they made a big presentation, and it's very complex and their enforcement's going to be very strict. So I want to draw your attention, Dr. Conroy, to the upcoming enormity of a change in what we're going to have to do with how we handle trash at the sites. Along the same vein, I think we should have locked sealed bin tops so we can get trash pickup once or twice a week instead of every day. It wastes fuel and resources to drive around and pick up one trash can, and it seemed like we could fix that. So maybe in the conversations, we could get additional pricing concessions if we didn't have them driving to every school site every day to pick up trash. It's just a thought. That concludes my remarks.
Okay, Trustee Clayton Tarvin.
Well, I was remiss in not recognizing the children at the beginning for their great presentation and their singing. And it's always good to have the kids at the meetings. It gets us to come back to reality of why we're really here. What are we here for? The children. And also congratulations to Sandy Lewis, who is the semifinalist for Teacher of the Year for Orange County. And as far as the trash hauling change with CR and R, that is due to the fact that the state of California has some new legislation. Well, it's not new, it's a couple years old, and it's going to be implemented in different municipalities and so forth. And the city of Huntington Beach has already talked about it, and they're going to go to the system as well. So Rainbow's going to have to do the same thing. Every hauler is going to have to do that. But it is something to think about, because apparently the hauler that we use is getting to it quicker than, let's say, the Republic Trash folks are. So we're just going to be following state law. in an expedited fashion. All right, that's it.
Thank you. Trustee Westwell?
Thank you to everyone who stayed this late, and have a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday.
Thank you. Trustee Singer?
I too want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, enjoy time with your family, and we'll see you again in December.
Actually, a little sooner than that. Don't forget we have a special board meeting. I know all of you will be there. I too would like to thank you for hanging in there with us till 10-ish, 10:13. I'd like to congratulate my fellow board members again, Trustee Singer and Trustee Briscoe, for their election and re-election. Good job, guys. It's good to have you back. I'd like to say happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there, and we will see you back on the 27th. Thank you. The 27th, we do have a special board meeting. For those of you who didn't get enough tonight, it's a special board meeting on the 27th. So, it's about the charter school. So, just in case that 2.5 hours, 2 hours isn't enough, come on back.
I move to adjourn.
I will now entertain a motion to. We do not need to go back into closed session. Hold on, and I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
That's a second to Singer. No discussion. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries, and we are in adjournment at 10:14.